Hello and welcome to another stream for the Scarlands. Thank you for joining us as we return back. It's been quite a long time since we've last ventured into these unknown, uncharted lands. Okay, they're not really that uncharted, but whatever. Joining me today, I'm just gonna go ahead and name off my crewmen, and then they will give a short little introduction of who they are and what they're playing. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Leotahk.
I'm Matches, and I'm playing Leotahk, Manticora Druid.
All right, Brad.
I'm Brad. I'm playing Kavdin Yor, Human Wizard.
Rachel.
Subira, Manticora, Bard.
Ed.
Hi there, half-elf paladin.
Blaine.
Julian Harper, Human Rogue. Yep.
And then Courtland. Who is still muted.
You're muted, buddy.
Well,
There we go.
I don't know. Okay. So, Drexes, Asathi, Shadow Monk.
All right. For those of you that don't know, this is the 9th episode or stream of the Chronicles of Calastia. When our party last met, they had just escaped a internment camp and had spent a night in the woods before traveling a long journey to the next city, the city of Drell. The session ended with them standing right outside the city in the morning as the gates are starting to open up. So, as your group ventures towards the town, the portcullises are opening, guards are standing there. You notice that the armor is very shiny, and it's got all kinds of like frilly fabrics around their shoulders and their necks. The town itself looks very pretty. Drell is a sight to see, and her roads are made of a crimson brick with what looks like gold for mortar. As the sun hits the roads, it's almost as if the town lights up. All the buildings in Drell stand about 3 stories tall and are all decorated in extremely flamboyant fashion, as if each building was competing for a beauty pageant. Vibrant colors of tapestries and tassels are draped around them, and one might think it's gaudy, but not the people of Drell. As you enter the town's gate, the guards don't stop you or anything. They don't really seem to pay much attention to you. Kavdin, Julian, and Ed, they nod at you, but the Manticoras and Drexes are paid little attention to, which is pretty normal stuff for you guys at this point. As you enter the town gate, you can see several citizens are walking about their daily lives. But what really stands out is their attire. Men and women are all wearing large white wigs, overly fancy coats with large tassels, and frilly undershirts. And all their faces appear to be caked up in makeup, which makes them look almost like porcelain dolls. A man near the gate takes a look at your group and scoffs at the sight of your clothes. Huh, my word, coming into town looking like that. And he just walks down the street, paying you no more mind. He does turn around for 1 second, though, and he happens to look in Julian's direction. That is a fine-looking hat, though. And then continues scurrying about his business. All kinds of food and clothes shops can be seen here on this main street. But you don't really see any weapon shops, armor shops, or traveling supplies. Nothing like that in sight. As you look about, one building does catch your eye. Unlike the rest of the buildings in Drell, this building is not coated in gaudy decor, and the windows are boarded up. Upon closer inspection, you can see that there used to be a sign right above the door, because you can see like where the sun had not been touching it as much as the other bricks around it. Give me a perception check.
Can do.
$17.
18.
25.
23.
Okay. Anybody that got over a 15, you see off in an alleyway to the right of the building, you can actually see the sign that was taken down. And on that sign it says, Bartleby's Music Emporium. What do you guys do?
How well boarded up is the building?
Like it's pretty well boarded up. The boards are very, very fresh. Like someone boarded this up within the last 7 days. And there's no spaces in between, like you couldn't peer into the shop's windows or the door.
That's a real shame there.
Yes, but a closed shop is still a closed shop.
I understand. Nothing's closed. We have a crowbar. Not that I'm going to do that just yet. But it's an option.
You guys do anything else? I mean, do you inspect it further? Do you continue down the streets?
I'm curious, but not enough to actually try to break open the boards or anything just yet.
Okay.
Make note that it exists, though.
Sure.
Well, we just got into town.
Right.
There's nothing suspicious about a closed shop.
Closed. It's a closed shop. It's not a clothing store.
Yeah, closed shop. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I'm hearing close.
Do you not like my accent?
No, it's just I was just double checking. That's all. So you guys just stand around there for a few minutes, or?
I move on.
I just do my normal thing and watch the group and puff on my wizard pipe.
All right.
Is the shop the only thing unusual with the sign?
Yes. Otherwise, everything looks very pristine. And like I said, overly gaudy, super nice. Shops are just opening up. You can see people walking in and out of stores. Most of the stores you see are actually clothing stores, like clothing stores, fabric stores. That's the main thing you see in this area. And when you peer into the windows, there's mannequins there, kind of like if you were like Julian, you were in the army. You know how they've got those little cruddy mannequins set up, and they've got the armor put on it.
Right.
Yeah, they got mannequins like that, but they've got like full tailored clothes. Like kind of think like old French clothes, like or kind of like the best way to picture to be like a picture of like
Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Looking pre-revolutionary. This is like the height of the Sun King era. So yeah.
Really, really, really big bustles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they look pretty like on their own, but as you can see, people walking around, it looks like they're all trying to top the next person they see. Like if someone's wearing something gaudy, they gotta go something extreme. They're all overly dressed.
Sounds kind of French.
It's a bunch of Karens on a Sunday.
Ha! Very.
And most of the shops, some of them they're tunics, some are coats, some are specifically pants. You find some shoe stores, sock stores.
As I'm trying to resist being a tailor and looking at this gaudy mess.
Hat stores.
This place is a disaster fashion-wise. I don't care what they think. It is. But that's just me. So what do I know? I prefer a much more practical look. A very tailored vest, nice jacket, spats, good boots. These people are wearing... Look, we are a war country, and these people are completely just being foppish dweebs. And I don't like that. So yes, they're looking down at me, but I'm looking at the idea that any of them could be like...
Well, they don't really look down at you so much.
Oh, no. They looked at my group. I'm part of my group, and therefore they look down upon me. And therefore any of them could end up face first in blood, and I won't care. But I can at least make myself look good, so that's all that really matters. So
and as you're kind of like peering into these shops, a lot of them kind of see you looking in, and they're just like, "Oh, sir, please come on in. Check out our wares, please. Oh, that coat looks awfully tarnished. Come in and buy a new coat."
Oh, wait a moment here. I have maintained impeccable quality on making sure that my clothes are in good condition. What do they think they're doing?
Well, look, sir. There's blood right here on the hem of your.
No, I cleaned that.
Coat.
I have magic. It's clean.
Oh, okay.
It's clean. It's tailored. It's well maintained. If they think I'm just some trash wanderer, they're either assuming that they're seeing shit that doesn't exist.
Beg your pardon. I'm a bit of what you would describe as a trash wanderer.
Look.
Oh, yes, that turncoat, sir. Please come on in. I can get you something finer.
What's wrong with my coat?
Well, you've got a hole in your armpit there. You've got some stains on your sleeves.
That means it's broken in.
Yes, I can see that. I mean, if you're not willing to, if you're so stuck on keeping it, we could repair it for you.
I look down and I cast Prestidigitation and clean it up, and I say,
"That's my word, a wizard."
That's good enough for me, I believe, and I puff on my pipe.
Well, I never. Well, good day to you, sir.
Also, as a tailor, looking at their quality and going, yes, but this particular threads are off. You should have done this stitch a little bit better. Look at the quality of fabric they're using here. Is this dye gonna wash out?
This is the best fabric you're gonna find in all of Jandelore, good sir. You will find none better anywhere around here in Calastia. I promise you that.
So you're importing. Okay, that's fantastic.
We just got to town and we're starting an argument with a bunch of fops. Your fabric is not...
starting to argue that.
Look at your servants here. Why don't you dress them well when you're walking through the towns?
I do not have servants. I have companions.
Oh, well, pardon me. I just assumed. I forgive my impertinence.
Right.
Well, if you're not going to buy anything, please move along.
Right.
Don't want people thinking bad about my shop. Don't want to end up like Bartleby's Emporium down the street.
And what happened to that place?
Well, if you must know,
I
Bartleby's Emporium was shut down about a week ago, after he and his troops said some rather true yet very rude things about the Duke Drady. Usually the Duke can handle a joke about him, or three, but whatever was said at his last fete really upset him, and he promptly kicked Bartleby and his troop out of town, shut down their shop, and banned all music and performance arts by bards from town. That's why I would avoid the alleys if I were you. All those poor people out of work, they've been resorting to some rather shifty things. I've even heard tale that they've joined the ranks of Kilharm's League.
And I assume this is the local band of brigands or upstarts.
Well, yes, they were once a noble house, but they kind of fell in some bad times with the Viscount. and they've lost their ranks as nobles for the most part, and they've been resorting to some rather shady things here of late. I'm sorry, what was that? Bartleby? Oh, Kilharm's League. Why is that so interesting to you, sir? Kilharman. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with me. So long as they don't come knocking for more protection money.
Are they shaking you up for cash?
They've been trying to shake up a few shops around town. They've not dared to
Come to your fine
disgrace
establishment?
my doorstep as of yet. Well, my whole family used to serve the military back in the day before we became nobles. So everyone knows not to mess with us.
Ah, all right.
I didn't think I gave it to you, but the name is Brady of House Stromhelm.
Fantastic. I'm sorry I insulted you.
Why, thank you. And if you change your mind about your clothes, please feel free to stop by. I will gladly hook you up with some fine drapes.
I might have to take up on your offer at some later point, just not at the moment.
Well, good luck to you.
Yes.
Have a great day. And with that, he stops paying attention to you guys, and he goes about zoning his wares and making sure everything's nice and clean. You can see him brushing off some cat hair that's flown on him. Leotahk. What else do you guys do? Yes, they strictly sell coats at this clothing shop. And no, they would not be interested in a halfling's bloody coat.
But it's authentic.
No, I think we lost that during the prison stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of us grabbed that when in the whole grab our stuff and run.
Grabbed everything but the bloody coat. Yeah, so and as I said, you can see several people walking up and down the streets. They don't like run away from you guys or anything, but they do tend to walk a little faster when they come near you guys. But you know, they are friendly. Like, they'll nod in your way, and they'll be like a good morning. But their pace definitely increases as they
Like
get past, as they walk
I could
past.
flag one of them down real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, you flag down. It's actually a halfling man whose wig is like absurdly high. It makes him look like he's almost 4 feet tall.
Haha, my good little man here. May I ask you a quick question?
Oh, why yes, please. You can ask me anything.
Look,
How can I help you?
Look, we've just traveled into town. We've had a very long, arduous trip, and I was hoping that you would perhaps know where we could stay at.
Oh, yes. Well, have you gone to the inn?
Not yet. Like I said, we literally just arrived.
Oh,
so...
well, I mean, if you just go down the street here, you can take a right. You go down about 3 blocks, and you'll find an inn. It's called the Cozy Sheep's Foot.
Cozy Sheep's Foot. All right. Is that the only inn in town?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that there wasn't like a more reputable establishment, or there was a poorer one that we were just avoiding saying.
Well, it's actually quite lavish. I gave it to 10 stars in my paper.
Wow, you write a paper? Interesting.
Yes. It's called the Drill Review, and he pulls out this big thing, and it's just kind of telling you like what's going on in town. And a big headline on there is talking about Bartleby's Emporium being shut down, and the rising of the Kilharmans League.
All right, how much for a copy of your paper?
Oh, I just one silver piece, please.
That's kind of steep for a paper, but all right.
Well, hang on. Well, how about 5 coppers?
5 I can manage. A silver's a lot more than I... All right.
Well, I thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much.
And he hands you the paper. And he sticks his small, grubby little hand out to you for the money.
Yeah, I'll give him the cash.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you need of me?
No, but how often do you put out a new issue of your paper?
Well, every day, sir. I'm always walking around town and seeing what's going on. Like, earlier this week, there was an ironbred walking through town.
Is he
had some rather unusual wares with him.
Is he still in town?
No, he was staying with the Duke, actually. And from what I saw, he received an ominous letter from somewhere just yesterday, and he left town.
Why, thank you.
I'd bet a whole electrum piece that the Duke knows what's going on.
I have a feeling he does. And I assume the Duke is isolated most of the time?
Yes, he is. The only way you can get to the Duke is through one of his parties, and you have to be invited to get in.
Of course.
My sources tell me that he's going to be throwing another extravagant party here in the next couple days. Maybe you can find a way into that party and gather the information you need.
Thank you for the wonderful tip.
You're so welcome. And he holds his hand up again.
You know what? I'll give him the actual silver this time.
Ooh! Why, thank you so much, sir. If there's anything else you need, please feel free to call me. Call me. I'm always somewhere within earshot. He kind of like has some shifty eyes.
And
all right, well, I will see you later.
To call you, I need your name. So.
What?
To call you, I need your name.
Oh, how silly of me. I did not give you my name.
Of course not.
I am Gromlin.
Gromlin?
Yes.
My name is Marcus. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Marcus. It is always a pleasure. And your friends here as well. Well.
In time, yeah.
Toodaloo. And he kind of scurries down an alleyway off to your left. With a scroll and a quill at hand. On that newspaper, you can see it's kind of got like the weather report for what he thinks the weather's going to be like. Some ramblings about an underground fight club, and some talks about one of the nobles' daughters not being able to sleep, having had a terrible dream just 3 nights ago, and he's looking for anyone who can put her to sleep, give her a peaceful sleep for a night. Supervised, of course, I assure you. Nothing shady.
Can we guarantee a longer than a single night? I can make a permanent deal, but that's not going to happen. So, noble daughter, right?
Yes.
All right. Daughter needs nap. Got it.
And it has some rambling. You see something talking about an iron bread being seen entering or leaving the Duke's castle promptly, gathering his merchandise, which are in quotation marks, and leaving town in a rush.
Hey guys, how much do you want to bet that was that weird reason why they're rushing? So.
It also says that there's talks of a man in very shiny armor, but not like the armor of Drell's guards, entering the nearby church.
Okay.
Pallies! Or at least people who pay for good armor.
Hey!
Eh? If they've got it, they can wear it.
Mayhap we should investigate about this.
Hey, why not? Let's do so.
Is there a... No, it's... Maybe we can ask a guard?
Well, okay, the church, right? Does this place have a cathedral or a very large temple district?
It's a very small town, so not really. But as opposed to the rest of the city, this temple does kind of sticks out kind of about in the same way that Bartleby's Emporium did, because it's not decked out in gaudy fashion. You know, it's just it has a religious symbol of Corian on it, and another symbol that you don't recognize.
Oh, good. As long as the guy, blinks, that's all I care about when we see the guy who runs the church. That's all that matters.
Friends, the city contains my flock.
Fair enough. What? Okay.
I
Again.
continue looking for a different clothing shop.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything in particular you're searching for? Because like I said, all the shops seem to be tailored to specific articles of clothing.
Dresses.
Okay. And you give me a perception check.
You said we were at the church?
No, you're not.
Okay. 6.
If you roll a 5 or higher, you can see off to your left there are two shops. There's you had the jacket shop that you were just at, then there's one for undergarments, and then there's one for dresses.
Okay. Oh, gentlemen.
It's a woman running the shop for the dresses. She's kind of standing out there.
I was addressing the party.
Oh,
I didn't
sorry.
go into the shop yet.
My bad.
Well, gentlemen, I could care less about a bunch of bards who won't leave town when they can't perform anymore. But I think the best way to figure out where Horchip is to break into that party. And we're gonna need some fancier duds.
Yes.
Fine by me.
Was that?
So I head over to the dress shop.
Okay, and a human woman is standing there. It's like, oh, good morning. You have such lovely fur.
Thank you. Would you like to touch it?
Can I?
You can?
And she like strokes the side of your face and kind of scratches a little bit. Ooh, your fur is so soft. How do you do that?
I eat a lot of fish.
Oh. Fish is the secret, Al.
Yes.
Well,
Hey.
obviously, some of my fashion has caught your eye. Is there anything that I can help you find?
Well, I'm thinking about going to a party soon. So I was looking for something, but I'm new to town, so I don't know what's fashionable.
Well, look no further. I assure you. Are you trying to catch the favor of one of the dukes? Or are you trying to catch the eye of one of the local noblemen, perhaps?
Well, the Duke sounds much richer.
A duke? Well, then I would look no further. Follow me. She takes you inside, and she points you to this big, poofy green dress. It's got a corset built into it. It looks like. This right here is what even Duke Drady himself has said was the loveliest thing in my shop. And it's on sale today too, for a mere 20 gold pieces.
Oh my.
Yes, I'm sure an adventurer like you could afford something like this, could you not?
Oh, I mean, I don't want to put all my cards on the table, but I was thinking maybe something a little bit more form-fitting. I kind of want to stick out.
Oh. Well then, maybe you want something with a lot less poof then. Well, let's look at this this lovely teal dress right here. This will definitely accentuate those fine hips of yours. Would something like this be something you're more looking for?
Yes, something like this indeed.
Okay, and that I could part with for a mere 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces?
Yes.
I'll take it.
Okay. I'll wrap this up for you, put and hand it to you.
Yeah.
All right. And she folds it up nice and neatly, gets make sure that there's no real creases in it, and hands it off to you in exchange for the 5 gold pieces.
Oh, teal looks nice.
Right, it'll go great with my fur.
Is there anything else you need, like any accessories?
Oh no, I like to be my own accessory.
Oh, I'm sure you do, dearie.
And these old paws, they don't really fit into regular shoes, so.
Alrighty. Yes, if you do need some shoes, there's one of my friends. Just make sure you tell them that Melinda sent you there, and he will get you. Will cut you a really good deal on some shoes that'll match that dress.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Melinda. All right, I'll take my dress and I go back.
Alrighty. Eduard, what are you doing?
Well, since we all have to dress the part, I'm gonna ask the shopkeep where we can find the male counterpart for a dress. A suit. Party suit.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, hello, you're back again, are you?
I need to find the right book.
Yes.
Where is it?
What can I help you with, sir?
Shopkeep, where can we find something suitable for gentlemen as well as ladies?
Oh,
Accompany my friend there.
Haha!
well, I have some fine suits here.
Here we go.
Well, suit tops, and then whatever you purchase, you just have to go to my friend to get the matching bottoms, and then another friend for the matching shoes.
Oh, I see. You have no complete sets?
No, unfortunately, I don't. We all kind of specialize in our own things, but we work with each other to make sure that everything will meet the criteria for the fine citizens of Drell.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Very well. Show me your wares.
All right. He starts going through. He goes from the most expensive down. One that looks like it's a black suit. It's got big poofy shoulder pads like everything else in town. It's black and white. You know, obviously the poofy frilly stuff will be white. It has the ridiculous neck piece. And he tells you that that'll be 20 gold pieces for that. The next one he shows you is a blue suit that's kind of in the same fashion. It's a blue and white suit, same with the same accessories. And then he shows you a white suit. That's his cheapest one that doesn't have any frills or anything on it. And that he says he will sell to you for 2 gold pieces.
Nothing too extravagant, good sir. I'll take the white shirt.
Okay, white shirt. He folds it up for you.
There's your gold.
Thank you, sir. And for the pants, just make sure you go down to the pants shop. It's just across the street there. Look for the man named Roy and tell him that Brady sent you. Okay.
Thank you. And what say you, friends? Will you not join me in putting on the proper attire for this party?
Oh, trust me, I'm kind of assembling what I'm going to be looking for an attire. Also, looking for the actual national colors, which is purple and black, which is a nice color scheme anyway. Not my usual red and black, but I can live with that. Sorry, clothing is one of my favorite things to do. I play with, and now you're giving me the opportunity to spend and design outfits. And I have a book that hasn't been published in about a decade and a half that has like 1 million clothing items in it. So I'm just using this as an option. Plus, I have French fashion under King Louis and other things open. And yeah, I will get you a shopping list shortly.
Okay.
Sorry, clothing is my favorite thing in the universe. So
no worries. Drexes.
Not just to scream like a little girl at this.
Drexes, what are you doing?
We're all getting ready to go to the party, correct?
Well, the party's not for a couple
Yes.
days, but everybody's kind of prepping. They're clothes shopping.
Okay.
In hopes that you guys will be able to make it into this party.
I gotcha. I guess I go look around. Yeah, I might as well. See, they found all their places of interest. I'm gonna see what interests me. So yeah, I wander around looking for proper attire to fit in, whatever that means.
Yeah. So the very first shop you went to, which was Brady's, he was selling tops there. He's got mostly coats. He has some vests, sleeveless vests that are different colors. The black and purple, as Julian stated, black and white, blue and white, and one that's all white. And the prices vary. The black and purple being 25 gold pieces, the black and white being 20, the blue being 10, and the white being 2.
So yeah, I see them picking out something. So I say, I'm gonna go back. You said it was Brady?
Yes.
All right, give me a moment. All right, guys. Everyone's getting pretty fancy for this event's coming up. Drexes noticed a nice all white suit way back there. So Drexes is gonna go. Drexes will buy that, and yeah. Drexes is confident with this fitting in.
Don't forget a nice fancy hat.
Oh, Drexes needs a hat.
Yes.
Drexes needs a hat. It's very scaly up top.
And for the suits, if you're for the guys that are going with the basic, like the white, it's gonna end up being a total of 6 gold pieces for the top, bottom, and shoes, and then an additional 2 gold pieces for a matching hat.
Okay. What's up? Can
Just
I
to kind of
like?
help streamline that for you.
I got you. Can I like? When I get to Brady, can I like negotiate with him?
Sure. What do you say?
All right. Excuse me, sir. Brady, sir.
Yes. How can I help you, my fine Asathi man?
Drexes has noticed this that white uniform over there on that plastic person.
Yes.
Drexes wants to buy.
Oh, of course. Two gold pieces, please, Drexes.
And this is for, this is for everything. This is for the suit, the hat, all the accessories. Correct?
All the accessories.
Okay.
I will gladly help you out, my man. I only sell the top here, but I will guide you to my friends who sell the rest of the suit.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That'll be 2 gold pieces for me, 2 gold pieces for the bottom, 2 gold pieces for the shoes. And then if you're looking to get a matching hat, that'll be an additional 2 gold pieces.
Now, sorry for the shoes. Now, see, he likes his toes to be out. Is there a way we can knock off the price a little bit? Drexes doesn't need these shoes.
Drexes doesn't need the shoes? Well, I mean, if you're not going to wear any shoes at all, just simply don't buy any.
With the citizens?
Or are you thinking something more like these fashionable sandals over here?
Drexes is new to this area. Are these fashionable sandals fashionable?
Yes, I assure you they are the most fashionable sandals you'll find in all of Calastia.
Drexes will take them.
I would not lie to you, Drexes. I like you.
Drexes will take those sandals, please.
All right, that'll be 1 gold piece for the sandals.
Altogether is
7.
7 gold. Here you are, my good man.
Thank you so much, Drexes. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Drexes will be very spiffy now.
Yes, Drexes will. I hope that you can gain the favor of many whilst you remain here in Drell.
Thank you. Drexes thanks you. Touch the hat.
You're very welcome, sir. Leotahk. What are you doing? Are you engaging in the shopping? Vagabonds. Correct. And he just kind of directed Drexes to the other shops.
Yes. Look at Drexes. Drexes has the hats. He has the vest. He has these fashionable sandals that are very fashionable.
The most fashionable, Brady chimes in.
Drexes believes we were getting ready for this event coming up that we were invited to.
You happen to be invited.
Leotahk, what's your progress? Do you feel very spiffy and fashionable?
Do you feel pretty? I'll get back to you on that one, Julian. Just a full black suit. Okay. And you say that to Brady. Well, I could make something like that for you, definitely. Something like that is gonna cost a little more, though. I mean, we're talking at least 50 gold pieces. And I could have that made before the next Duke Drady, the next party for Duke Drady. Give me a persuasion roll, please. Can't hear Wes. Wes, speak up. No, oh, this thing, there's no sound at all for you, Wes. Nobody can hear you.
That is weird.
Because we can hear you, but
Definitely.
the stream can't hear you.
Okay, that's strange.
Can you hear now? Like, you can't hear the stream at all?
I cast
You can't?
silence.
Okay, you're good now.
Okay.
The silence spell has been lifted. All right, give me a persuasion roll, please.
It's a 19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? How about 45 gold pieces? And you have yourself a deal.
He thinks for a minute. And just really makes him tries to make him think that he's considering not doing it.
Mm-hmm. How long?
Just for maybe a minute at most.
Okay.
Nothing outrageous.
Okay.
Well,
Well, hang on, sir.
there are.
How about, I'll do the 40 gold pieces and you do that. How about you do me a solid too, though?
How about I give you 42 and I don't owe you a favor?
Deal.
He extends his hand
He reaches out as well.
and shakes it.
Yep. And it's very, weak how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please just give me, like I said, I'll have it done before the party. So if you want to come back 2 days from now in the morning, and I will have your suit ready for you. I will work with my friends here around the clock, and we will have that ready for you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
Kavdin, you slip away from the party, and as you are walking down the streets, you happen to walk into a man who's dressed exactly the same as everybody else. Oh, you kind of like bump into each other because he's not paying attention. Excuse me, I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
I was not paying attention to where I was going.
That's all right. Neither was I. Are you from around here?
Yes, I've lived in Drell my whole life. Why do you ask?
I was just wondering. I'm new in town, you see, and I'm quite obviously a purveyor of the arcane arts, and we can't go longer than 5 minutes inside of a town without going to a library of some kind. And I was just wondering, is there some sort of library, or perhaps an arcane organization who may hold some sort of texts or tomes or scrolls of some manner that I may do some research?
Well, absolutely. So we do have a library, actually. It's just down the street here, about 3 blocks off to the left, it's right across from the only inn in the town, the Cozy Sheep's Foot. I don't know how long you've been in town.
I just arrived.
Oh, okay. So we have a library there, or back the other way on the other side of town. I mean, Drell's a pretty small place, but it is grand. There is the temple there of Corian. I'm sure they have some old texts that they might be willing to let you look through for a simple donation.
Let's see. Well, I believe I'll try my luck at the temple then.
Alrighty.
And
Well-
I'm going to make my way there.
Okay.
I bid him good day and thank him for his information.
You're quite welcome, sir. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you. And then I head out to the temple.
Okay. Yeah, as you make your way, you backtrack a little bit. You see the rest of your party there all shopping in preparations for the fete in 2 days. As you continue down, you still see there's still several people walking around, all dressed the same. A lot of them like a lot of the women, they'll kind of look at you and they're like, "Oh my word, clothes like that on a day like today." Whew. And most of the men, they'll nod in your direction, but they won't really extend pleasantries. As you continue down the way, at the end of the street, you see this temple that very plainly sticks out because it is not draped. It is not in that same gaudy fashion as the rest of the buildings in this town. As you walk up, there is a man in very pristine robes. He looks at you and he's like, "Oh, good morning, traveler. I hope you are enjoying your stay here in Drell."
Quite. We just arrived.
Oh! Well then, I'm sure you've seen our very many fine wares here. And I see that you did not get hoodwinked into buying these clothes, as most people do when they first arrive in Drell.
Why would I? My clothing is perfectly fine.
Yes, indeed it is. Is there something I can help you with? Are you seeking guidance or perhaps atonement for anything?
I look at Eduard.
Eduard is
I
not
don't
there
know,
yet.
Eduard. Oh, he's not there? I thought I was with the group again.
Oh no! Like you walk past the group.
I walk
They're all
past the group.
shopping.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so I say I was wondering if perhaps I may be able to enter the temple and look at any ancient texts that the temple may have. I'm a researcher by nature, and whenever I go to a new place, I always like to browse the selection of any arcane knowledge that the town may have, if of course that is permissible.
Well, are you a man of faith? Do you worship Corian?
I was born in a culture of faith. I am a gatherer of information, nothing more.
So are you're just traveling around and seeking all kinds of knowledge for
Oh yes,
enlightenment?
very much so. Very much so.
Well, absolutely. I could grant you admittance into our sacred library here.
Ah, splendid.
I'm sure you probably won't find anything you're really looking for, but I will allow it.
Well, I thank you very much.
Very welcome. Please follow me in. I will guide you in there. When you enter the temple, I mean, it's very modest. There's some pews, an altar at the end, lots of candles. There's a huge chandelier. This is like the only thing that's not modest in this place is this very lovely chandelier that's hanging down. But otherwise, the glass isn't like stained or anything. Like it's very see-through. The sun just kind of beams through there, lighting everything up, making everything easy to see. He guides you to a doorway off to the right, about 60 feet into the temple. He's like, just down. And he opens the door. He's like, well, feel free to browse. If there's anything you need help with, please let us know. Right. Some of the text in here is very boring, written in old Calastian, some of it, and some other languages some of that we can't even understand. Well, but I'm sure a man learned as you could probably find a way to.
Linguistics is one of my hobbies.
Perfect. Well, maybe if there's some stuff that you can read that we can't, we'd be willing to pay you to translate it for us.
Marvelous. Well, I'll go ahead and take a look and see what I can do.
Okay. Back to Julian.
Okay. Shopping list time. All right. Dear merchant, I need the following things from you. I need a low-heeled set of boots. I need a pair of spats. I need 2 coats, 1 short with tails, 1 great coat that will go over it. Brass buttons preferably. Copper buttons preferably. A vest, gloves, silk. May I if possible, with the fingertips, I done a different color than the black main gloves. So on top of that, there will be well, I already have the hat, so don't worry about that. I need a linen shirt to go with it, a sash that will wrap around it, so that way it will hold together, because belts are for peasants. Stockings, and I also need to have it in red and black, which will accent the copper and with the jewelry that go along with it. All of that I know purple's the proper color, but just change out the imperial color for red, and I'll be happy. So.
Well, this is a rather tall order. Not too unusual, though. I mean, your friend here requested something as well. If you'd like, we could make that. We don't have anything like that in stock. None of us here in town, but I'm sure we could all work together.
If you need an extra hand on being able to help make it all, I am a bit of a tailor, so therefore I should be able to help.
Fabulous. Well, if you'd be willing to help with this, we would definitely give you a discounted price.
I hope so. Like I said, it's my time, my effort, and I'm helping bring a little bit of different class and different look than what you're used to, but I'm trying to modify it so it'll fit with your people's general aesthetics. So
we'll give it a certain draw, a little flair on it as well, just so you won't stick out too much, yes?
I don't mind sticking out some.
I'm sure you don't, sir.
No. After all, you're all wearing whatever colors, and I'm choosing a much more subtle, darker color scheme, so it's okay.
Well, yes. Well, if you would like to come back later tonight, once the shop's closed, we'll be closing just before the sun goes down. And if you want to work with us, maybe if you want to help us with your friend's order too, we'd be willing to do it for free.
Hey, if I can get a little
teach us some things too.
If I can get a cut of some of the profit for for the labor, sure, I'll help do the labor for you.
Okay.
Only fair, right?
Yes, it's only fair.
Good.
Ed, give me a perception check.
17.
As this is going on, everybody's shopping and looking, putting in their orders. You do happen to see Kavdin walking down the street off to the left.
Okay. I guess I'll follow him.
Okay. As you follow him, you see that he walks into the temple that you had heard about. I mean, it sticks out like a sore thumb to you because that's your god's sigil.
Yeah, well,
you see Kavdin exchanging words with a man in very pristine white robes, and then he enters with him.
Oh. Could I go up to him or?
Yeah. You follow them as they enter the temple.
Yeah.
Okay. As you cross the threshold into the temple, you can feel the presence of your god. It's like the sunlight that's shining through the windows hits you, and you're just filled with like this inner warmth, and you just feel this great joy. Like Yes, today will be a good day. You see the man, the priest in the white robes closing a door, and he spots you. Oh, hello, you are a paladin of Korean, I see.
Yes, very much so. I didn't realize there were members of our flock here.
Yes, we are newly established. We've been here for a couple years.
Oh, I see.
Well, how may we help you? Is there anything you're seeking? Enlightenment? Are you just here to pay your dues?
Oh, I just came for a visit, pay my dues, and maybe pay my respects to the Korean.
Well, please, anything in this temple you have access to. If there's anything that we can help you with, please feel free to ask.
Well, thank you.
Very welcome. It's always great to see a man of Korean out doing his good deeds.
Oh, yes. Hopefully we can spread his word throughout the land.
I hope so. That is my mission. First, with this town of Drell. It's kind of weird here. But we're doing our part. We've been converting some people that worship the Titans. Eugh. We've been kind of squashing that in this area.
Well, that's a little unsettling, but hopefully they will see the light. But
I hope they do too, brother. He extends his hand and reaches on your shoulder and gives it a hearty pat. As I said, if there's anything you need from me, please feel free to ask. I'll just be right outside the front here.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And with that, he walks back out the front door.
Okay. Where did Kavdin go? I think I lost sight of him.
Give me insight check.
16.
Okay, well you saw that he entered with that man, and when you came inside, he was closing the door behind him. So with your powers of deduction, you deduct that he's probably behind that door. Most likely.
Would it look weird if I go into that door? I've been following him this whole time.
Well, he told you you have free reign of this place. You can do what you want.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go see what he's up to.
Okay. So you walk up and open the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you open up and walk in the door, you see that Kavdin has a book out and he's reading it. He doesn't notice that you're there.
Oh, I'm gonna announce my presence loudly. Kavdin! What you been up to and why?
Why are you making such noise in a library or an archive or whatever this is?
This is the House of Korean.
I'm not. Is he a loud and boisterous god? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I'm loud, and I'm greeting my friend.
And many fine greetings to you too, my friend.
Oh yes, I know, but
I'm sure it's quite pleasing for you to be in a temple of your own faith.
Yes. What are you reading?
I am merely doing wizard things, research of many varieties, and reading many mysterious texts and I'm getting to know your faith, my friend. I'm learning about your faith.
Ah, wonderful, Kavdin.
Yes, yes, of course. Yes, and I mean, from the looks of it, I'm going to be here quite some time.
Oh, well, very well. Hopefully you'll find what you're looking for in the way of Korean.
Yes, in the way of Korean indeed, my friend.
Mayhap you'll join us later.
Perhaps, maybe. I'm not so sure about all that, but We'll see. Maybe I'll become inspired.
Ah, very well. We'll catch up with you later, Kavdin.
Yes, of course, Edward. Thank you, my friend.
And the book that you have right now, Captain, as he walks out of the room, it actually is a book on Corian. It gives you like a small insight on who he is.
How much is in the little archive I'm in?
I mean, there's quite a few books. The one you're looking at it's actually about all the gods in Skarn.
Okay.
As you're looking at it, the very first page is about Corian because they're worshippers of Corian, and they've got information on Chardon and Belzamath.
As I peruse, and I'm just kind of going through and picking up tomes and kind of reading a page and putting them back down and whatnot, I'm looking for anything about the Titans.
Okay.
And more specifically, anything about Titan resurrection magic.
Okay. You do find it takes a little bit of time, but you do find a book on the Titans. One second. All right. The book you will pick up is A History of Skarn, and it says, "The Divine War. A little over 150 years have passed since the Divine War concluded. For those mortals with relatively short lifespans, such as humans and halflings, the Divine War occurred well before their time, many generations ago. Yet, for many members of the other divine races, those who lived for many centuries, the Titans' War is a fresh and bitter memory. Regardless, every mortal in Skarn deals with the after effects of this cataclysmic war to this day. Before the war, the Titans ruled Skarn with impunity for a millennia, the land and its people subject to their whims and caprices. Though they forged new lands from nothing, shaping and twisting the surface of Skarn as they desired. They created new life as well as populating Skarn with new races and creatures. Thus, it was the Titans who created the sentient races, humans, orc, elves, and more, as well as the monsters that roamed throughout this land. But the Titans were not content, impetuous and fickle. They grew bored with such lesser creations. They created the Jinn, beings of intense elemental and magical powers, and then the lesser elemental creatures who served the Jinn. These beings were more interesting to the Titans, to be sure, but they were still found lacking. The Titans wanted beings that could approach them, or even match their own virtually limitless power. And then it goes on to explain how the gods that you worship now were born from many of the Titans.
Does it detail any of the Titans specifically? Any
it talks
symbolism
about,
or
yes.
anything like that?
It talks about this one Titan in particular. Her name is Denev, also known as the Earth Mother. She's considered the mightiest of the Titans, and she's the only one of her kind who actually survived the Divine War intact. Her survival was due to her decision to turn away from her fellow Titans and to aid the divine cause. Most believe that the Denev had also taken a more benevolent view of mortals than other fellow Titans. Others believe that attributing benevolence to any Titan is folly, and that she simply did not want to see her precious Earth and its firmament turn asunder. Theologically and cosmological considerations aside, today Denev is venerated openly by druids and other mortals who work with the earth and nature. A few find this Titan worship troubling, despite Denev's relative benevolence, but most people consider it a necessary evil, at most. And then it kind of goes into details some others. Another one that pops up at you is Gathalion, or the Blind One, the Faceless One. Most refer to this Titan as a tragic figure, and that description best fits Gathalion. At the outset of the Divine War, in fact, Deneuve said that Gathalion joined her in voicing support for the gods. This earned him the wrath of his fellow Titans, who blinded and beat him. His role in this war, from that point forward, resembled little more than that of a victim bullied into acting against his will. In the end, he accepted defeat by allowing himself to be subsumed into the body of Deneuve. If nothing else, the creatures spawned by this celestial being give us great insight to his personality. While some of this later spawn posed threats to us mortals, he is most known for developing the gentle race of Dareth, whom the angry Titans eradicated as a punishment for Gathalion's disloyalty. Gathane, not Gathalion. Why do I keep saying Gathalion? Gathane. I apologize. As you continue to read, you also find something else sticks out to you is a Titan named Lithena, excuse me, also known as the Dame of Storms or the Untamed One. One of the two mothers of the trickster god in Kelly, the more overly brutal was Lithena, who also joined in the creation of Vangel, bestowing some measure of her nature in his lust for battle and slaughter. She was less interested in creating mortal races than other Titans, and she manifested in the physical form only very rarely. Her rare, raw power was such that even her fellow Titans gave her a wide berth when she was angry. In fact, the other Titans are said to have permitted Lithena free reign to destroy any of their creatures without repercussion. In the Great War, Lithena was banished to an unworldly realm of chaos. Given her turbulent nature, it is unknown whether this punishment fit the crime or simply the criminal. As you continue reading, you don't find anything talking about resurrecting, like a Titan resurrection or anything like that. You find some information that leads on to them trying to study some of the Titan spawn, but they have yet to be able to ascertain any real information on them as of yet.
Does any of the texts have any drawn like symbols of any of the Titans, like just a depiction of any of maybe like a sigil for them or something that their followers would wear, a mark, if you will.
Brand.
A brand, maybe. Like the kind of a brand that they would put on the back of a lion dude who got resurrected, and
like 2 moons or something.
Glorified taxidermy.
You unfortunately, no, you do not find any symbols in their text.
I didn't expect to find it at a church.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just stuff that you would hear like in holy texts.
Did Guy outside, did he say that thing about Titan worshippers to me, or did he say that to Ed?
To Ed.
Okay. All right. Well, do I come across any of the untranslated texts that the guy was talking about?
Yeah, you do. You find some stuff that's written in Asathi and
speak Asathi.
Hey, you find some stuff that's written in Asathi. It's actually as you look at it more, it's a combat module. You get the feeling that if you were to sit down and read this through its entirety, that you would gain some insight on to increase your physical prowess.
Physical prowess. Oh man.
Then you also find
any of the ones that he was going to give me gold for translating.
Yeah, and then a lot of other stuff, like you find some stuff that's written in. One of them's actually in Primal, and as you look at it, it reminds you of the obelisk at the internment camp.
I speak Titan speech. Is that gonna help me at all?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence roll.
That is a 14.
You can translate most of it. And it's basically just saying known areas in the Jandalore for with those obelisks, and it's just pointing out to where they had set up that internment camp. It doesn't have a history on them or anything. It's just saying, we found these large spires that are written or that were placed here, and for all followers to make a pilgrimage there every 2 decades.
And that was just talking about the ones that we already encountered.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can see based on the location on the map, it looks very similar to where you were.
How long would it take me to translate it so I can make a little bit of gold?
A couple hours.
I'll do it then.
Okay. Back to Subira.
I go to the. Got my dress. Well, yeah. I guess it's just time to go find that inn. So that's what's Does anybody want to come with me?
I would love to.
Yeah, I'm ready for a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Drexes?
But of course.
Well, Eduard's at the temple. I don't know. Well, let's go to the fluffy moose paw or whatever it was.
That would be the
Fluffy moose paw.
I like that one. That one's better than cozy sheep's foot.
That's the one.
I'm going to change that over to fluffy moose paw. That's beautiful.
Just buy it out and then change the name.
Hey, that is some goals there.
All right. As you make your way towards the cozy sheep's foot, you pass several civilians of Drell. They're going about their daily lives. Blah blah blah. As you walk into the inn, it's very standard. There's a desk at the front. There is a halfling standing behind the desk. And he kind of looks at you. He doesn't have his wig on. Like he looks at you and he's like, "Ooh!" And he quickly throws his wig on and starts combing it, brushing it down with his hands. Like, I didn't realize that I would be getting guests this early in the morning. I am so sorry. Welcome to the Cozy Sheep's Foot. How can I help you find people?
Well, we're looking for a few rooms.
A few rooms? Okay. How long are you looking to stay here?
A few days.
A few days?
Maybe longer. We'll see how it happens.
Okay. Will there be anything you need? We've got several different types of rooms. You got rooms with single beds, double beds, for any of you couples. We have certain amenities here. We serve food and we serve drinks.
Is the food and drinks served all day or at specific times?
It is served all day. We have different shifts, different workers. Really, if you ask me, the morning cook's kind of.
They always are.
Yeah, he's a grumpy old human.
And what about the morning ale?
Morning ale? Oh, well, as stiff as any ale you'll get anywhere else here.
Delightful. Where is the bar?
Well, if you just go through this door here off to my right, you will walk into the bar area. Please enjoy yourselves.
And I will take a single bedroom. Thank you very much, you
Okay.
delicious looking treat.
Why, thank you. He hands you a key. We don't we do things a little differently here at the Cozy Sheep. Everything gets put on a bill, and then at the end of your stay, we charge you. I hope that's okay.
Glorious. Oh, how much is the room?
We could stiff it so bad.
Well, the flat rate is going to be 2 gold pieces for 3 days. No, let me see here. I like the cut of your jib. I will give you for 1 gold piece, a single room for 3 days, and all amenities.
Delicious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, boys, you coming to the bar?
Can I get your name, please?
Oh, hell yes.
Name?
Yes.
Oh, you may call me Madeline.
Madeline. Okay. Your room is going to be room number 6. Here's your key.
Dumb question.
Yes.
What kind of entertainment does this establishment have?
Well, sadly, none. After Duke Drady decreed all bards useless after Bartleby's conundrum at his last party.
I know he was exiled, but is he still in town?
Who, Bartleby?
Yes.
I've heard tale that he is. You would have to go around asking some people, though. Unfortunately, I don't know that.
Of course not. You're an upstanding establishment. Why would you know where bards are?
Exactly. We keep our heads lowered to the ground, and we do as we're told. And that's why we're still in business.
Of course.
Alright, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Let everybody get up and stretch, and we will be back. The time is now 8:31. Alright, thank you guys so much for joining us so far, and we will see you back in 10 minutes. All right, well, we're back from our break. Thank you guys for waiting for us. When we left off, Subira had just secured a room at the Cozy Sheep's Foot, also known as what was it? The moose.
The fuzzy moose paw.
The fuzzy moose paw.
Yeah.
And
Fluffy.
Julian was just
the swollen moose
inquiring.
knuckle.
The swollen moose knuckle. No, bad. Julian was just inquiring about why there weren't any about the bards in town. As they stated, after the bad joke by Bartleby, all bards in town had lost their jobs, and he's not aware of where Bartleby's current location is anymore.
Next dumb question, though.
Okay.
What was the joke?
You see, nobody knows. That's the thing. Nobody knows.
So it happened entirely in private and nobody overheard?
No, there were many nobles attending that party that heard it, and yet you could ask anyone in town and they will say, well, I don't know. Just like that.
Come up behind him.
Okay.
Oh dear. Don't waste your breath any longer. We won't be making any money here.
Right. It's a shame. Okay.
Now for beer.
Is there anything
Beer.
else I can do? Are you looking for a room?
Yes, I can get a room.
Are you looking for a single room, a double bedroom, queen size bed? If you have any plans to bring anyone back into the room with you?
See, unfortunately, with the lack of entertainment and the lack of ability to do anything entertaining or useful in this place, no, a single bed will be just fine.
Okay, well, you never know. Maybe somebody will.
You know what?
Well,
If
maybe
that's
somebody
the
will
case, I will
perform.
figure out how to go to their place. I don't care, but that's fine for now.
Okay, well, single bedroom for 3 days, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's going to be 1 gold piece, please.
Yeah. Put it on the tab. I'll pay you when I leave.
Very well. Can I get your name, please, sir?
Yeah, Marcus. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, the pleasure is all mine, I assure you. You will have room number 7.
Fantastic.
Leotahk just has it in his head. Oh, so we're going with our made-up names.
Yeah.
Leotahk and Drexes. The halfling looks towards you guys with an awkward smile on his face. Can I help you guys?
Yes, Drexes would like a room for himself, please, sir.
All right. The 3 days as well, sir.
Yes, please.
All right. That'll be 1 gold, please.
Drexes heard of the policy of paying at the inn, correct, sir?
Yes, you can pay at the end if you wish.
Drexes will be partaking in that, please.
All right. Your room will be room number 8, Drexes. And how do you spell your name, sir?
Oh no, Drexes. That's not his name. That's a calling. Drexes' true name. You need Drexes' true name.
Yes.
It's Drexes has to spell it. It's
Bill.
stop. It's with a certain Drexes accent. Stop videos. That's Drexes' true name, yes.
Sorry, can you say that one more time, please, sir?
Drexes calls himself his true name. Stop video.
That is the most exotic name I've ever heard.
Oh yes, it's beautiful. It's
I will never forget your name. Stop video.
Drexes will be paying. Top video will be seeing you at the end.
I do hope you enjoy your stay here in Drell, Mr. Video.
I'm so sorry I started this trend. I am so sorry. I am not sorry, but I am sorry.
The halfling now looks at you in your direction, Leotahk. And, you, sir. Wait, is your name Mr. Mittens?
No, it's Shakur.
Shakur?
Yeah.
And what room are you going to be needing, Shakur?
I'm single.
Alright. Your room will be room number 9. Please go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Here is your room key. Mr. Video, I didn't give you your room key. Here you go, sir. And Marcus, did I give you your room key?
Not just yet, but I was waiting for it.
Here you go, room key number 7.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Please go ahead and enjoy yourself. Like I said, the breakfast is kind of meh, but it'll give you a full belly. As you guys walk into the bar area, there is indeed a human standing behind the bar. He has very, 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 very noticeable resting bitch face. He looks at you all with a scowl. Morning. There are several other patrons in the room. They are all dressed as gaudily as the rest of the people in this town.
You know, this guy has to be like somehow related to like Groob somehow, because he has that same demeanor to him.
What do you want?
3 beers.
Preferably.
Sir.
3 beers, 3 coppers. He grabs 3 flagons out from behind the bar. He walks over to a barrel on the bar, pops the tab, and fills the 3 drinks. Puts them on the table with a loud thud. The drink spills out from it and all along this onto the bar itself. So, all right, here you go. If you need anything, you please feel free to ask. And he continues to scowl at you.
Wow, is the beer actually good?
Well, we're about to find out, and I
That's
give
right.
a bear to Julian and Drexes.
All right, give me a con save for everybody that takes a drink.
Oh god, he already poisoned this early? That's not fair.
In the interest of fairness.
I mean, could you at least wait till beer number 2 to poison it before we get to...
No, you die now.
Oh, good. I want to wake up in another slave camp all over again. 17.
All right, you take a drink, and you know it tastes like any other kind of ale.
13.
13. You take a drink, and it tastes very good to you. Like, I don't know what it is, but you're in a drinking mood this morning. Drexes?
4.
4? It tastes amazing. Like that first sip, you're just like, oh my god. And you slurp it all down instantly, and you're getting a pretty good buzz already.
Oh my gosh, Drexes, isn't this beer just the bee's knees?
Drexes doesn't know these knees.
The beer, isn't it good? It's good.
Yes, this beer's delicious.
What about you, Julian? Isn't it good?
I've had better.
Beer snobs.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Leotahk, You're in the bar as well. Do you order anything?
Nope.
Okay. What do you do?
I'll just sit down watch the group.
Okay. Are you sitting down with the group? You sitting at a table? They're all about the bar.
Yeah. The down by Drexes.
Okay. Yeah, you sit next to Drexes. You overhear. I mean, you don't overhear. You hear Drexes and Subira complimenting the ale, and Julian kind of being a snob about it. As you look around, I mean, it looks like your standard tavern, nothing out of the ordinary. The patrons are all, some of them are eating breakfast, some of them are drinking as well, and some of them are kind of staring at your group, but just, like inquisitively, like they're interested in what's going on. You know, it doesn't seem like they see something like this every day.
Just kind of keep an eye on things. Having noticed, you know, we've been looked at quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is kind of the norm anywhere we've gone so far.
Right.
But everywhere we've gone, we've been into some shit. So
yeah,
keeping an eye on things and making sure that nothing happens specifically to Drexes, who is clearly the most naive of the bunch.
Well, you know, that's when you drink on an empty stomach, you're gonna get drunk pretty quick.
Yeah, well.
Friend,
okay.
Perhaps you like something to eat.
Yes, Drexes has this beer.
Why, that's...
It is bread.
It is bread.
If it's a
Well,
stout
that's a good
beer,
start.
it even has protein.
That's a good start, yeah.
Someone else at the bar, at the corner of the bar, goes, "Oh, there's a steak at the bottom of it. You gotta drink it faster to get to it."
Oh, fantastic. Done.
God. I don't think that there's a steak at the bottom of that glass.
We'll
My
find out.
wooden one.
We'll find out when it's empty.
Good attitude.
So you guys just order a few drinks, keep sitting at the table. Anybody order any food or anything?
I order food.
Okay. What he gives you is a loaf of bread, or not a loaf of bread, but he gives you like a slice from a loaf of bread, and he brings out some eggs and bacon. If anybody else orders it, he brings that as well. He tells you that it's all covered onto your room. Drinks are not, but food is.
1 second.
He continues to give you the scowl, but it seems like maybe it's just he just looks angry. Because whenever you talk to him, he's always more than happy to oblige. After a few minutes, a man walks up to you, Drexes, and he lightly taps on your shoulder. "Excuse me, sir. You look like you are quite battle worn. Are you interested in making some money?"
I'm dizzy from my beer. Drexes is listening.
Well, if you would like to join me at my table, I have a business proposition for you. A good way to make some cash, and if you happen to succeed at what I'm looking for, there might be a bigger prize for you.
Drexes will be there, but first question, how many people do you need for such tasks?
Well, I just need you, my good sir. Like I said, if you want to join me at my table here, I will gladly give you the details, and you can decide whether or not you wish to help me.
Okay.
All right. He guides you back to his table, and he sits down. So, and he says in a very hushed voice, "So, I don't know if you know this, but there is an underground fighting ring for individuals such as yourself. And I'm looking for a champion to earn me and yourself some money. And if you happen to survive all 4 rounds, I would be willing to part with you an invitation to the Duke's next party. What say you?
Drexes says.
Drexes what?
Drexes, you said what says you. Drexes says, I say. Drexes says, how do you say this in English? Yes.
Yes, we have a deal then. So for every round you win, you will earn 10 gold pieces. There are 4 rounds total. And as I said, if you win, I will give you my invitation to the party, to the Duke's next party.
Drexes likes what he hears?
Well, if you... What? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Drexes, where do we meet? Where's Drexes' first opponent?
So later this afternoon, if you want to meet me behind the bar, and there's an alleyway, we'll go down. I will be standing right behind the bar, and I will lead you there. Your companions here may join as well and watch the festivities. They might be able to earn some coin themselves by betting on their champion.
Drexes will definitely let them know. Good sir.
All right, well, thank you, and don't forget, at noon.
Yes.
With that, he kind of taps on the table 3 times, and he gets up and he walks out of the room.
He's your friend.
What do you do now, Drexes?
So I take all information in, definitely. And I walk back over to the group, enjoy my eggs and bacon, rest of my beer. And I'll bring it up in the chat eventually, not probably like right now.
Okay. We'll go over... Oh, sorry, you'd say something else.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Then we'll go over to Eduard. You're in Eduard and Kavdin. You guys are still at the temple. A few hours. What are you doing, Eduard? Are you just kind of roaming around, or looking for anything in particular?
Oh, I guess I'd be admiring the scenery of the temple because of the way you described it.
Okay. So you're just admiring, you're just kind of walking around. How long do you do this?
Maybe for maybe a little bit, like 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
It's a nice temple. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, and you can see there, while you're kind of admiring the place, every once in a while, someone will walk in. They'll walk up to the altar, and they'll do a sign for Corian, and then they'll place some money in the altar, and they'll say some words that you can't really hear without being right next to them. And then they get up, they nod in your direction, and then they'll walk out and leave. You see 3 people do this while you're standing around admiring the place.
Yeah, I'm guessing those are like donations to the temple, right?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't done that yet. I'll go do that first.
Okay.
Dropping like 2 silvers.
Okay.
It's not a bad tithe, actually.
No, it's really not. That's nice.
Yeah, so I go up to
when you put in the 2 silvers, you kind of feel like when you first entered the building, you feel that warm light. You kind of feel that radiate through your body once again.
Oh. The blessing of Corian.
It fills me.
If only Kavdin was here to experience this, but he is experiencing his light through tomes.
The life of a wizard.
I'm just downstairs smoking pipe weed.
avoid that sunlight.
Minus weed.
I'm sorry. We still got stuff to do, Ed. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I was just doing the whole donation thing and the prayer thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go check up on you now again.
Hi, buddy.
Okay, Kavdin, you're in the middle of translating some of the Titan writing about the obelisks, and the door opens yet again, and in walks Eduard.
Okay.
No, do you like slam through the door like Kramer in Seinfeld style, or do you just walk in? Because if you come in like a normal person, I just
He is so Kramer.
Oh no, I'll slowly open the door and peek my head in. Captain, what you doing?
I am currently translating some ancient texts.
Ancient texts?
Well, I mean, I guess I misspoke. I don't actually know how ancient the texts are, but they're texts and they seem old, so I said ancient. What are you up to? Are you enjoying your temple?
Yes. But I was thinking, would you like to join up with the rest of the group soon?
I actually have several hours worth of work left here.
Ah. I'll tell them you're here, especially Leotahk.
Why would you do that?
Well, we're all good companions here, Captain.
Yes. Actually, Eduard, it's probably for the best that they don't know exactly where I am. I'm just out and about, and that's all they really need to know.
Oh, okay. I'll just tell them that.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
We'll meet with you later, Captain.
Oh yes, of course. I will be along presently.
I'll just close the door and slowly.
And I just kind of like side eye him as I like go back to slowly writing on the part.
You're like, son of a bitch.
I actually, well, cause how long did you say it took me to translate the?
Oh, just a few hours.
A few hours.
Oh, okay. Because like you, based off of what you read on the obelisk and some of your other stuff, you, like just glancing at it, you could tell that what it was written in. So you're like, oh yeah, I could easily translate this if I sat down and took the time.
You said this was an Asathi. What was that?
The other tome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Asathi. It's like a training module, combat training module.
And then what was the other one that I was trying? The one that was in, what was it? Primordial?
The other one that was written in the Titan speak.
Okay. And that was and what was that one? That was
the one that had the directions for the pilgrimage to those obelisks.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So I go ahead and I'm gonna stick here until I am finished translating it, and then I'll settle up with head priest guy.
Okay. After Eduard leaves, a couple hours, about an hour passes. As you're translating, no one really comes in and checks on you. Everybody just kind of leaves you in peace, except for Eduard, of course. Eduard, as you leave the temple's library, the priest that you had met earlier, he walks up to you. Oh, good day, sir. Will we meet again? Not that really much has happened. There was a parcel sent here for a paladin of Corian that was of elven heritage. Might that be you?
Yes, I am of elven heritage.
Well, if you would like, follow me to this back room here. There's something that was dropped off about a month ago. We don't know who dropped it off or anything. It just said, please give to the paladin of Corian of elven blood.
Then lead the way.
Very ominous, but you know, we checked what was inside and nothing bad. There's nothing bad in it. There's actually a suit of armor that I believe will fit you.
Oh.
So he guides you back to the room, and takes you over to what he's talking about, and you can see a suit of chainmail.
Oh. This is very nice. This is from.
It does not say who it's from, unfortunately. But it is quite ominous that that this happened to arrive for you, for someone such as yourself.
A month beforehand.
A month before, yes. I believe it may be a blessing from Corian himself.
Although Corian protects me through his faith, his blessings have protected me through chainmail.
Upon further inspection, you can tell that this is exquisitely made, and you get a sense of magical aura about it.
Uh-huh.
It is it's a chainmail +1.
Oh.
Whoa. Well now.
I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. As you're putting it on, you happen to notice in the boots that there is a letter in there.
Oh.
And in that letter it says to Eduard, I trust that in the future you will understand why I have given this to you. May the blessing of Corian be upon you. But it is not signed by anyone.
How mysterious. Praise be to Corian.
What do you do after that, Eduard?
I guess I bothered Kavdin long enough. I'm gonna go find everyone else. I'm sure Kavdin's still reading up on the blessings of Corian, the great teachings of our god.
He just received chainmail of loudness.
Isn't that all chainmail?
Here comes Eduard. Here comes Eduard.
Yep. Coming down Eduard Lane.
Happy chainmail noises.
My friends, I'm shining.
I can see that. Said last thought.
But yeah, I'm gonna go head to the other party members. Wait, I don't know where they're at. Do I?
No, you don't. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think you do know where we are.
Just start yelling.
Friends.
I mean, even if you don't know where they are, you would think, well, they probably made their way over to the Cozy Sheep's foot.
We were asking about that inn beforehand, so
True.
Oh yeah.
Plus, we're a bunch of unemployed bards. What are we gonna do? Drink until we can start to just make noise. So yeah.
A bunch of unemployed bards?
A bunch of unemployed bards?
Two unemployed bards. That is a bunch.
Fair enough. Alright, so you make your way. Do you make your way towards the inn?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't take you very long, just a few minutes. You make your way down towards the inn. You enter and you see, as they did before, you see a halfling sitting at the desk. Except, unlike for them, he's already well dressed. He's like, good morning, sir. How can I help you? Thank you for coming to the Cozy Sheep's Foot. Are you looking for lodgings or just to fill your gullet?
I'm looking for lodging is good innkeep. And
oh, terrific.
Yes.
And how long will you be staying?
I would like to think a few days.
A few days? Okay. All right. Just so you know, we do things a little differently here at the Cozy Sheep. We actually charge you at the end. So, just so you know, a standard single room is 1 gold piece, and If you're looking for a single or 2 beds in a room, it's gonna be 2 gold pieces, or a queen side bed in case you plan on, bringing somebody back with you. That's gonna be 3 gold pieces.
I will do the room with the queen bed, but it's not like that. It's he's just a friend. Powders would never do that.
All right. I'm not judging you here. That's between you and your god.
It's not like that, I swear.
Yes, I'm sure. Can I please get your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Eduard.
A legit actual name. What the?
All right, you will be room number 16. And here is your key. Off to my right here is the bar. We serve breakfast and drinks there. In the morning, obviously. We serve food all day. The breakfast is kind of hit or miss. The cook's kind of a grouchy guess, if you ask me.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a great day, Eduard.
Thank you, and keep.
So you.
Yeah, I'll
All right. Yeah, as you walk into the room, you see all your friends at the bar. Subira and Drexes look a little more happy than the other two.
Subira, Drexes.
Eduard!
You?
Hey, buddies.
It's so good to see you.
Where's Leotahk?
Elsewhere?
He's right next to Drexes.
I'm just hugging him. Oh, you mean this guy?
Right. Elsewhere?
Not everybody can see ghosts.
Ow.
We're almost all here. We're just waiting on the wizard guy.
Where's the wizard?
Oh, he's
Busy?
He's out frolicking.
Is that what we call it now?
That sounds
Yeah.
like a terrible lie to me.
Wizards can walk, Leotahk.
Well,
Yes, they can walk, but I've never seen a wizard frolic.
Or float. Whatever wizards do.
I've never seen him float.
He'll join us. He'll join us soon. I promise, I think.
I'm gonna insight Eduard.
Sure.
All right.
Eduard.
Nat 20
Oh, deception.
with a +6 to insight, so 26.
Did you say deception roll?
Yeah. Are you deceiving him or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Deception.
Oh, I got a 15, sorry.
Yeah, you can tell that Eduard's just full of shit. Blatantly full of shit.
yeah. You're not good at this line.
Which is very uncharacteristic of young Eduard.
We're rubbing off on him. He's becoming a respectable adventurer now.
And you also notice that he is wearing very, very shiny, beautiful set of chainmail armor now.
He evolved. Whoa.
Eduard, why are you lying to us?
Hmm?
Why are you lying to us?
Oh, Captain will join us soon.
I still don't believe you.
He's.
Where'd you get the armor from?
Oh, I found this in the temple.
Walmart.
Walmart. I got it at the Dollar General down the road.
Well, shoot.
Also, is Kavdin at the temple then?
No. It's...
You can still tell that he's lying about that.
Whatever the case, wherever he may be, it's obvious he didn't want us to know where he was. So let's just give him this little bit of privacy and enjoy our ale.
The barkeep looks at Eduard. Yeah. Need any food or drink?
Beer's not terrible.
No, I'll take some water, barkeep.
Just water, no food.
Water, bread, and cheese.
All right. That's all covered under your tab.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, by the way,
you're welcome.
Earlier I meant to cast detect poison and disease. I reach into my component pouch.
Okay.
Take out a U leaf. And I do a couple of motions with my fingers. I cast it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't detect anything.
Okay.
The barkeep kind of looks at you, and he kind of like furrows his brow more, and he's just like, I trust me. Everything's on the up and up here. No tomfoolery.
It's less about here, more about other places.
I would appreciate it if you wouldn't just cast magic spells in my bar, though. Please don't.
Curious to know how you detected that.
Yes, wouldn't you like to know? Anything else to eat or drink?
I'll have another ale, sir, and
Another one for you. Yes.
Maybe something to soak it in my stomach. Bread.
All right, 1 copper for the drink. The breads will be charged to your room.
I'll put 2 out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This place
So during that commotion with you and Leotahk, I kind of grab on to Leotahk and I tell him in Asathi, I say, calm down, friend. Drexes has a secret for you. Because I'm still pretending I'm drunk, so I'm like, Drexes has a secret for you.
I respond to him in Asathi. I'm listening.
Let's wait for the entire group first. We need everyone here for this.
But you said it was a secret for me.
Well, what Drexes meant was a secret for you and the group. Our secrets. Trust me, Drexes, he knows you will enjoy this secret.
What does Drexes just tell me?
Because Drexes wants more people here, sir.
Persuasion?
If you want to, yeah. You do oppose persuasion rolls.
Yeah, sure. 17.
13.
All right, Drexes, you feel compelled to divulge your secrets with him.
Okay.
You don't have to, but you do feel warmed up to it. Like you're open to it.
I gotcha. No. Fine. You got me. You twisted my tail. So
Checks to make sure he's got a tail.
So Drexes was talking to this man, and he says to meet us behind the bar at noon for a fighter's ring. Drexes is interested. Drexes wants to go. Drexes wants to kick butt. However, he didn't invite everybody's. He's only invited me. Now, Drexes can work his magic and get you an entry. We fight, we make some monies, we have an adventure.
What else did he say?
There will be a prize. And this is what caught Drexes' ear. It will be tickets to go seize the Duke. How many tickets Drexes does not know, but it's something Drexes would think the group would benefit from. Which is why Drexes wanted the entire group here.
Possibly better than gate crashing, but you guys is fun though.
Drexes figure we fight, we make a little money, then we get some tickets.
Hey, if it's underground, we can be off the radar. That'd be fun. Sure.
And it was the man that came to speak to you.
Yes. He saw Drexes' potential and big muscles. He couldn't resist.
How shady did that guy look? I don't remember the description you gave.
Well, he looked just like everybody else in this town.
So pretty shady. Got it.
Nobody. What? Nobody likes shady in this town.
Everybody looks shady in this town.
Everybody shady.
I pat him on the shoulder.
You got this.
How long do you guys stay at the bar? You guys wait for Kavdin?
I really don't want to drink though.
If it takes too much longer, I think I'd grab Drexes and start heading towards the temple.
Oh no.
Well, about an hour goes by, and still Kavdin has not shown up at the Cozy Sheep's Foot.
That's about when I get up and let's go for a walk.
Is Kavdin at the temple? No.
Yes.
But we don't know that.
Right. Only Edward,
because
who has fervently said no, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not there now.
I'll order some more beers and then walk out with him.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk out. Kavdin, back at the temple. You're about 3/4 of the way done transcribing this the Titan speak parchment. When the man and the priest walks in, he's like, "Oh, you're still here. Wonderful. Have you stumbled upon anything good?"
I found a few texts of interest, not to my original research, mind you. However, it was still enlightening to go through the things that you had in your library here. I've begun translating these texts from Titan speech. It's one of my languages I've picked up in my travels as my hobby.
Really?
Oh, of course. I'm well versed in Titan speech.
That is amazing. Almost nobody is anymore these days.
Oh, it's a very rare language, but I felt that's why it needed to be preserved. Also, since the Titans were such a great enemy, why should you let their words go to waste? What if they should return? We wouldn't even know what they were saying. However,
Absolutely.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
I also discovered this Asathi battle training manual.
Oh, yes. I've forgotten that was here.
Right. I was perhaps wondering if we could work out a bit of a trade. Instead of paying me in gold, I take that tome, and I continue to translate these texts here, finish that up, and take that tome.
Give me a persuasion roll, please.
Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. That's a straight 10.
Okay. You know what? Yes, I will. That sounds like a fair deal to me.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. This is amazing. We may call upon you again sometime in the future for more Titan speech things.
Of course, anytime. I'm about 3/4 of the way done with these texts, and then I'll be on my way.
Brilliant. That is amazing. Thank you so much, sir.
Not at
go
all.
ahead. You may keep the tome.
All right. Thank you very much.
And as I said before, if there's anything you need, you've been in here for some time. Do you require any sustenance? Need some water, some food?
This is a church. Do you have any wine?
Yes, we do.
I would love a glass of wine.
Absolutely. I'll be right back with that.
Thank you.
Welcome. And he leaves the room.
All right. I continue with what I was doing until I'm done.
Okay. After a couple minutes go by, and he re-enters with the wine, and he even brings some dry bread. Well, here you go. I found some. I figured you're doing all this studying, you might need a little food too, some energy.
Thank you very much, my friend.
You're very welcome. Thank you once again. And then he leaves the room. Around that same time, Leotahk and Drexes stumbles into the temple right as the priest closed the door behind him. Oh, hello. Some more adventurers, I see. Have you come to pray to Corian, or leave or seek some spiritual guidance?
He pats Drexes on the shoulder. Have you come to seek some spiritual guidance, my
friend? I can't hear you, Courtland.
My bad. Drexes is here to, yes, Drexes is here to get spiritual guidance.
Oh, what are you looking for, sir? Are you looking for some atonement? Are you just looking for a blessing?
Drexes is looking for some more, blessings.
Oh,
blessings.
Of course.
Blessings.
He stands before you, and he does he chants something in a language you don't know, and you kind of feel like you feel a warm light kind of encompass you, and you sober up instantly.
In a language you don't know. You know that one language you don't know?
You know that one language you don't know? What languages do you speak? What languages do you speak, Drexes?
Asathi and Slytherin.
You don't understand it. Leotahk, what languages do you speak?
Elvish, Druidic, Asathi, Calastian, Leonid, and Titan speak.
Okay, you do not understand it either.
It's that one
so
language.
just
yeah, you feel that warm light radiate through you, and you are instantly sober again. Oh. He used a lesser restoration on you.
Drexes says, Drexes is what happened? What happened to Drexes? Drexes feels very warm.
Well, the blessing of Corian has healed your
poison.
The poison running through your veins.
Oh, well,
And it may have fueled your
Time to go put it back.
Time to go back.
I'm sorry, I can't reverse it.
Drexes is great food though, but yes, Drexes is here to speak spiritual enlightenment, and you good sir have alleviated Drexes' poison. Drexes is in the right place.
You're very welcome. Yeah, if you so feel like it, most people when they come here seeking for enlightenment or atonement, they do leave a small offering for the church.
But
You don't have to, but you know, it's always nice. The proceeds go to helping those less fortunate than us.
Drexes understands. Drexes will give you 2 silvers.
Oh, how very kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. And please feel free to stop by if you seek more guidance in the future.
Drexes will be back after a good nights of drinking. I mean, praying.
We're actually looking for someone.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
We're actually looking for someone.
You're looking for someone. Can you be a bit more descriptive, please? I mean, I see numerous people on a daily basis.
Have you seen a wizard recently?
A wizard with what? Can you speak up, Wes?
A wizard recently.
Why may I ask?
Oh, he's a friend of ours, and the rest of us kind of wondering where he's at. We haven't seen him for a
he
few
looks at you
hours.
quizzically, and looks like he's insight checking you.
Big hat.
Oh, yes. Your friend is translating some tomes for us in the other room here.
Oh, interesting.
Did you need us to bother him? I mean, you may go in, of course, if you wish. Right through this door here.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. May the blessing of Corian be upon you.
I hand him 2 gold pieces.
Ooh. Close up shop. We're done.
Did Drexes leave, or did you come? Did you say?
I haven't moved yet.
Okay. Yeah, I look back at you. You coming?
Sure. So Drexes is on his way.
All right. So yeah, Leotahk heads through the door. He's not loud about it, but he's not like being stealthy.
Captain, give me a perception check, please. At disadvantage because you're studying the tome paper.
So 19.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You hear the door open. As you're transcribing the text, you hear the door open and close, and you can hear the footsteps of 2 individuals walking towards you.
I turn my head and look.
You see Leotahk and Drexes.
Do we see him?
Yeah, he's sitting on the floor, like 20 feet away from you.
Captain!
Hello, Drexes. This is a bit of a library, though.
Oh, Drexes should know better. Drexes should know better. Don't shh, Drexes.
I agree. Don't shush, Drexes.
I say it in Asati.
I understand Asathi.
Shushes in Asathi.
Can I help you with something, Drexes?
Drexes just enjoyed seeing your face. We are here because of Leotahk, actually. Right, Leotahk? Why are we here?
And what did you need?
So the table, does it have like seats on one side, or is there seats on the opposite side?
Yeah, there's seats all over the place.
Okay. I walk up and I sit across from him.
It's got a lid.
Just
Okay.
Just checking on you.
I don't need checked up on. Thank you.
One would think that. But in a
Pause that thought. How close am I being done with the text?
Like, you got about like half an hour's worth of work
half
left.
An hour's worth of work. Okay. I cut him off immediately. I don't even listen to what he has to say. And I pick up the tome that I'm working for.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Drexes, I have something for you, my friend.
Yes.
This is a tome that holds in it Asathi writings on battle and performance. And when I came across it, I thought my Asathi warrior friend would surely find a better use for this than I would. So, here you are. Enjoy.
Drexes, what he hands you is a tome. It's a manual that you have to read for. 48 hours. You have to read it within 48 hours. So you can either spend like 6 hours a day or just spend 2 full days reading it. But once you do, you get a permanent +2 to your strength.
Okay.
Should be very useful, Drexes.
Look, Drexes is very grateful. Very grateful, sir. Drexes appreciates us.
Of course, my friend, not at all. Anything I can do to help our situation will, of course, be done.
Speaking of our situation, Kavdin, Drexes has a interesting events he wanted to bring to your attention.
All right.
Drexes has told Leotahk about it, and Drexes believes he's in. Drexes believes he's ready to do this. So, behind the bar, around noon, there's going to be a fights club. The winner gets a ticket to see the Duke. Drexes wanted to know if he was interested. If he wanted to see this.
Was I still with the group when the whole horseship with the Duke thing was talked about? Okay, all right. Well, Drexes, have we been invited to fight or to watch?
Drexes was under the impression you could do either.
Watch. Just watch, Drexes.
Just watch? Okay, cool. Drexes, just remember, just watch.
Well, I suppose there wouldn't be any harm in taking in some of the local scenery. If that's something that you're interested in, Drexes, we will, of course, go to every length to make it happen. As I would for anyone in the group. But I do have a bit more work to do here, gentlemen. Have to pay off that tome somehow.
What are you reading?
What am I reading currently?
Mm-hmm.
An ancient document.
All right. I suppose it'll be of some sort of use to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Yes, it is of use to me. I'm translating this document to pay off the book I just gave to Drexes.
Knowledge is also useful.
That's sort of my whole shtick, being a wizard and all.
It's great to learn.
It's great to learn.
Oh, just power.
I get up and I walk around. And I just kind of look at the books as I walk by, and he hasn't, since entering the room, seemed like he's got any ill will towards you or anything like that. I mean, it's very blatant that he just was checking on you, making sure that everything was okay. And he lightly just touches you on the shoulder and casts guidance to help you out, just in case you need it. And he walks away.
Is there any way for me to reject that?
There isn't a spell save for it or anything?
Nope, it's just a straight...
Because, I mean, it just gives you... I mean,
Yep.
you can... I mean, I guess you can willingly fail it.
It's not even a
Well, because
fail.
it just... It gives you, like,
straight
it gives you a
bonus,
D4 on
Yep.
a skill check.
Right, I just don't want his magic touching me.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Unless you know counterspell, unfortunately. I mean, you could try to reject his touch.
It can't be counterspelled. It's a cantrip.
Reject his touch.
Yeah, you can like, yeah, I mean, you can try to reject the touch, like try to move out of the way.
And kind of as he casts it, even if you don't want it, it's there in case you need it. That's it. He walks away.
Correct. I don't want it. And this whole time I haven't been like looking. After I stopped talking to Drexes, I just went back to the writing, and that's what I've been doing.
Back at the bar, Julian, a man approaches you. He speaks in a very, very hushed voice.
Oh, hello there.
Hello, Mr. Harper. I have a job for you, if you are interested.
All right, I'm listening.
Well, as you know, I'm sure you're aware that the Duke Drady, is going to be throwing a party here in the next couple days.
I might have heard something about that.
Well, I'd be willing to give you an invitation to that party if you, and of course pay you, if you would be willing to slip something in the Duke's chalice while at that party.
Can you guarantee that I can get close to the Duke to do such an act?
Oh, absolutely. After a few drinks, he becomes a very friendly person. He greets everybody by hand. Before you see anybody who has an invitation to his party, he considers a dear friend.
No. Before we continue, let's go on a walk. I need to talk to you about this.
Sure, absolutely.
Right place.
Guy, lead the way.
Right. You know what? The back alley sounds really nice right now.
Alright, he follows you out to the back alley.
Alright, the important thing here is, are you going to kill him with this, or is this just going to be something else?
Do you really care if it kills him or not?
Technically, yes, I do, because he's a noble to the kingdom, and I really don't feel like decapitating this region.
Well, to be fair, he's not really a supporter of Calastia. He's been known to there's been some rumblings in the underground that he's looking to support an uprising here, and some people do not like the sound of that, and they have hired me to take care of it. Now, me, unfortunately, I can't get in the party.
Right, and unfortunately, see, there's one sad part about this is, what if he's of a high enough constitution that it might actually not kill him?
Trust me, this drink will knock him out.
It'll knock him out, but not kill him?
Correct. What you do after he's unconscious is your own thing. If you want to kill him, you do it. I don't care. If you just leave him there, he'll just quietly disappear. From one Harper to another.
Done. Alrighty.
Alright. He produces a purple vial, or a vial with purple liquid in it, and he hands you a letter with for an invitation to the Duke Drady's party, and it has a +1 on the invitation.
Alright. And he wants me to just make sure I got the right target. He wants to actually go after the Duke Drades himself, right?
Yes, it has to be his drink.
Alrighty.
You'll get your payment. after you've accomplished this.
Right, I understand. I've done this work before, so yes, I understand what this means. So yeah, I'll take care of this part. By the way, if you're asking me this question, would you perhaps know where I might be able to find a temple to Enkili, please, just so I can find other people like me to talk to?
Well, he hands you a coin. He's like, you take this to any back alley in any town here in Calastia. Someone will guide you in the right direction.
Good.
Look for a halfling that's been passing around papers. He'll guide you in the right direction.
Perfect. All right, I can handle that part from here. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Right.
Do you do anything else, Julian?
Oh no, I'm going to go find that. I'm going to go find the group of. You know what? Yeah, I'm a trickster. I worship a trickster god, so I'm going to go find my little, like while everybody else is going to go bask in the glow of goodness and other things. I'm going to go find the temple to Loki. I mean, Enkili that is out there. It's Loki. It's Enkili.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know who my patron is. I'm going to go take care of my take care of my blessings. I'm about to do something very, very terrible, and you know what? I might as well throw a dime or two in his direction.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take you long for you to spot the halfling. You can actually give me a perception check.
Oh, he's been following my butter. I can guarantee that one. And will a 21 do anything useful?
Oh yes, you actually happen to see him behind a couple barrels. He's got his head's poking out. He's writing something down, and he like locks eyes with you, and he's like, "Ooh, hello."
So how much did you hear?
I didn't. What? I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything?
No, I didn't hear anything.
No, I'm going to trust you on this one. So, I'm gonna do the whole. I can't do it in real life, but do the whole roll. I roll the coin across the fingers thing. So, hopefully he'll be able to notice that part.
So that's what that was about.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I just can't go out and say, "Hi, do you know where the Trickster God's temple is? I know it's probably down the street, around the corner, next to the Temple of Good Law and Shiny Things."
That's actually in the basement of the library. There's a secret.
Oh my God, no!
There's a secret bookcase that you can walk through.
So I have to go to
look. Yeah. No, there's the library right across the street.
Oh, okay, then fantastic. I'm going that way. I was afraid that library meant the Temple of Good and Joy and Happy and Care Bear thoughts. No, thank you.
No. Just, speaking of Care Bears, if you look for a book that does have a bear surrounded by hearts around it, and pull that up from the bookshelf, and you will find your way to the temple.
Perfect. No one would read that book. So yeah, I'll take care of I'll go take care of my blessing times. Thank you so very much. I hope to see you around more often.
Absolutely, brother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna write down Care Bear Stare Book. That has so many different meanings. That's great. Library. Okay. Alrighty. I know what I'm doing for a while. It doesn't have to be taken care of. I can just off screen.
Yeah. All right. Kavdin, the other half hour goes by and you finish transcribing the script. The priest, he stands outside the room waiting for you when you're done.
I've finished my work, my good man.
Well, thank you very much. As promised, you can keep the tome. As I said, if I find anything else that needs transcribed, I will definitely look you up. This is much appreciated. It seems like all your friends have made their way to the tavern. I don't know if you've been there yet or not, but I would say that's probably your best bet.
I've heard its name, something about moose feet.
No, the cozy sheet split.
That's the one.
Moose feet.
I've never heard of the moose feet one. That's a new one.
All right. Well, I thank you very much for being so accommodating.
You're very welcome. May the light of Korean bless you.
You as well.
I need sunscreen.
You too, buddy.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I continue on to find the inn.
All right. You know, it's just the opposite direction from where you're at. You walk back that way. The cozy sheep split's very noticeable. It's got a sheep in a bed on a sign outside the bar. You walk inside. You see the halfling. He greets you. Good morning. Well, I guess it's almost noon, isn't it? Are you looking for lodging? Are you just looking to fill your gullet, or?
Oh, I think I'll be in town for at least a few days.
Perfect. Are you looking for just a single room, a room with 2 beds, a room with a double bed?
A single room will be fine.
Single room would be fine? Yes. All right, can I get your name, please?
Kavdin Yor.
Kavdin Yor. All right, and you will be in room number 4.
Excellent.
There you go. Here's your key. Just so you know that the Cozy Sheep, then we kind of do things a little differently. You know, the room's going to be 1 gold piece, and we charge you at the end for it. So all your food is covered under this. Drinks, unfortunately, are not. You have to pay for those separately at the bar. But all you have to do is show the barkeep your room key. The guy, he's kind of a grumpy Gus. We usually don't ask people for the room key anyway, but you know, just as a formality, we ask that you show it.
All right then.
Right. Yeah. Just go ahead and right through this door here on your right, and enjoy the rest of your morning, sir. Thank you so much for coming to the Cozy Sheep's Foot.
Fantastic. Do I see the group?
Yes. Minus Julian. And then I don't know if Leotahk and Drexes went back there or not. Did you guys go back to the sheep's foot?
No, where we went.
I don't think we were going to go anywhere else. I think we waited for Kavdin.
They went with you to the Cozy Sheep's Foot.
How soon before noon?
Almost there.
We're almost there. About an hour.
Okay.
All right. So you spend the rest of the time,
Excuse me.
drinking, eating. Subira, any last thing you need to do for the day before noon?
No, we only have an hour, right? Before
Yes.
noon.
Okay. So that's where we're gonna end tonight. Next session for episode 10, it will be Drexes in the underground, fighting in the underground to earn his invitation to the Duke's party. Yes. I want to give a huge shout out to Freeman's photography and design, because if you noticed, if you were with us at the beginning, that the layout changed when we came back from our break. She does amazing work, and we're so thankful for it. What Leotahk, did we get any new follows or subscribers tonight?
We got a new sub from Count Reun.
Thank you, Count Reun. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
And then we had our normal host from Onyx Path.
Yes, a huge shout out to Travis Legg from White Wolf / Onyx Path Publishing. They provided us with the materials for tonight's session. Thank you guys once again for coming to show us, and then we will be back. What's up?
We have a couple of things that happened while we were offline too.
Okay.
So if you want to go through those.
Sure.
Drazigan hit us with a Prime sub. It's their 2-month anniversary.
Oh, thank you, Drazigan.
Venomous HD has followed us as well.
Thank you for that, Venomous.
Sliverlord hit us with a 2-month sub.
All right, Sliverlord. Welcome back.
TV also followed. And let's see. I know there's a couple more. Nope, it won't show me the other one. So
Okay, well,
That's
to those nameless ones that we can't name off right now, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys coming in and watching us, taking the time. And we will be back in 2 weeks for episode 10.
We actually had a lot of stuff happen when we were offline. A lot of new follows, like a lot of new follows.
Yeah, we had a bunch on our the new show. What is it called again, Wes?
It's Let's Create Something Awesome Together. It's a weekly show on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Where basically myself and hopefully you soon, Ian, we basically create something awesome with our viewers. Recently we've been creating D&D versions of the Defenders.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
We just
last night you made Daredevil, correct?
Daredevil with the most insane passive perception I have ever seen of 29.
Damn.
Just incredible.
It's a hell of a tremor sense.
Right. And then next week we're going to create Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Ooh, Frank Castle.
So that's going to be a
Punisher.
fun build.
All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to end the stream for this week. Thank you once again for taking the time to watch us, and we will see you again for episode 10 of Chronicles of Calastia, Drexes in the Underground.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.